I need to run to the site for an emergency. I need to really arrange for funds. I haven't had my lunch today because I was resolving an issue for a team member. I've had to go to a customer and clear certain things out. I've got to run to the government regulations department today and it's so urgent because it's the last day. And the day ends like that. And I feel very satisfied during the day that I have been busy and utilized my time. But also towards the end of the month, I feel worthless for not bringing in the desired results for my business to really perform. And on the other hand, there is this other entrepreneur who seems to be watching a football match, not receiving his calls, not looking at his emails, absolutely free in prioritizing and strategizing his business, really networking with the right people and building connections, and so many other big things, such as allowing his team to really take responsibilities, allowing his team to stumble, fall, make mistakes, and then grow. And what's the difference here between these two entrepreneurs? And that is that we have to really run our business or learn to run our business without us. That means you have got to run the business that runs without you. And does that really sound like a fairy tale to you? Do you think that is that even possible? Hi, my name is Priscilla Khambatta and I help hundreds of entrepreneurs to build their profits, stabilize and scale up their business. And I'm really on a mission to bring results to 100,000 entrepreneurs to give them freedom, freedom of money, freedom of time and freedom of team. Now many business owners, they start their business in full excitement. There's a lot of zest, there's a lot of zeal in the beginning because there is a rage around everywhere around of startups and the big wave that's around us. But my point is that if you're not getting your end result straight, then eventually you're going to be burning out. You will burn out. Familiar, and do you feel that? So we cannot dispute this simple real fact that if you want to really build a business, first thing, that business has to be profitable. You have to ultimately also plan to build something that really runs without you. Now, it won't run without you. I understand it completely. It won't run without you in the beginning. In the beginning, you've got to do the work. You are the one employing the people, training the people, building the culture. You're probably going to be serving the customers and sales. Now, that's not a bad stuff in the beginning. But if you are in 3 years and 5 years, depending on the business model and the scale of your business, still doing that, running around and into the business nitty gritty, then that's a problem. And 10 years ahead, if you're still serving customers and managing day to day operations and phone calls and emails and having to show up every single day in your business, then you're doing it wrong. I mean, your brain is going to pop out at some point or the other. Ultimately, when you started the business, you are going to be in the business where the game of business is running whether you show up or not. You're tracking the parameters and fundamental aspects really at a level that's much higher, and the business is now really running like a smooth engine without you. If you have to really show every day into your business and you see, I've heard entrepreneurs saying it just won't work without me. It turns out to be a hell if I don't go and resolve issues. And I've heard that from entrepreneurs. Believe me, the number of businesses that I've coached, most of them have said that. And that too, whether you're a $1 million company or a $1 billion company or even 100,000 company, it doesn't matter. This is what I get to hear. If you show up every day, then it's a job. And guess what? You're working for a crazy person, and that crazy person is you. You're working for yourself. And that's not satisfying at all. And you know it. What you know what I'm saying. See, you're not aiming to build a job for yourself. What are you aiming here? You're aiming to build an asset. For it to be an asset, you got your business to run without you. If you're going to invest your sweat and time, then that's not a business. So here are the 6 fundamental points that will really help you to grow your business. Okay, let's go step by step with it. The first point is that you have to be a master. Mastery is something that you do so consistently every day that it becomes an unconscious habit. And what are you fundamentally going to be showing your mastery in? The number one mastery is going to contain things like goals, your personal goals, your business goals, and then your mindset. You got to be mastering your mindset. I mean things like I take the full ownership and accountability and responsibility for my business, not the market, not my wife, not my team. It's me. I take the ownership of it, and I put in do whatever it takes into my business. So things like that. I am always looking, being positive, and being having gratitude. So there are different levels of mindset. So you've got to master that. Then the best mastery you should build is around time. You got to, are you doing stupid things and wasting your time? Are you doing tasks that are demanding, or are you spending most of your time as a business owner into tasks that are not urgent but important things, which are like your marketing strategy for which is going to happen after 6 months, or something like hiring way ahead of time, or really looking at bringing in new products and new agencies into your business, whatever that might be. But you've got to be mastering your time. So first step you want to look at to run a business without you is get into mastering your goals, your mindset, your time. The second point is about being absolutely like a hawk in looking at your financials. Your financials would include your profit and loss account, which is focusing mainly on your revenue, your gross margin, your expenses, right? That is what should be at your fingertips. Then you've got to also look at your cash flow, and I'm talking about the accrual cash flow. You've got to really be very careful, very, very habituated in understanding that concept. Then you've got to look at your balance sheet, your receivable days, your payable days, your inventory days. That is what is going to be more important. So you've got to, why these are important in terms of financials is because these are the things that are just as important as your sales revenue. So mostly businesses just look at sales revenue, sales days and conversions and stuff like that, but you've got to also look at your financials. Now, the third point is about your marketing. So when you're marketing, the third point is when the marketing is happening, the best thing you want to really look at is your product. The product is what is my minimum viable product that I'm going to hit to the niche market and create a brand, create a value that will generate immense leads for me. And there's a step-by-step approach to marketing. And that marketing you want to really look at absolutely automating it as much as you can based on various aspects, okay, various tools and various systems and processes. The third, of course, is going to be your sales, having your sales process in place, measuring your conversion rate, creating scripts, and all of that. So that is the fourth point in your 6 points matrix. And the fifth point is about building systems. So building systems are going to be like what tools are you going to use, what CRM you're going to be using, what automated tools are you going to use to delegate your team for all the tasks that they really need to do. So you pull out, and you don't have to be a chief follow-up officer. You are creating a proper accounting system and or ERP system or HR system, whatever that is. So systems and tools, and then is the processes. Systems for processes. Systems for processes meaning your delivery process, your operations process, simple processes like how you take feedbacks, how you take your employee feedback survey as well, customer feedback survey, 360-degree surveys. So these are all systems. And the last 6 point is your team. Your team is going to be building your own leadership qualities, building your culture, creating a solid recruitment process and recruitment budget, and calendarizing it accordingly, creating systems or videos for your training the team and all of that, and also creating a very motivating and lucrative reward system. These are, so this is what you want to look. If you want to run a business without you, you've got to be building the 6 steps of, first is mastery on your goals, personal and business goals, mastery on your mindset, and mastering your time for discipline. Second is going to be your financials, your profit and loss statement for revenue and margin, your cash flow statement for your accrual cash flow, your balance sheet for receivable days, payable days, inventory days. The third is going to be your marketing. Marketing meaning where you build a minimum viable product, you're confident to sell and to the niche market, build a brand, create value, adding messages and emails and videos, and then ultimately generating automated leads. The fourth point is about your sales, building a fantastic sales process rather than being a quote making machine. Have a sales process in place, when to say what to what customer, qualifying the customer, stuff like that. Then you got to have also measuring in sales your conversion rates. The fifth one is the systems that you want to build. Systems that you want to build to reduce the time, systems that you want to build so that you can leverage doing more with less. You can leverage with other people's money, you can leverage on other people's time. But the most important thing in systems is that you build automated systems for tools that you can use for marketing, for email marketing system, or for um, Google's workspace, stuff like that, for automating your team's delegation tasks, and instead of being a chief follow-up officer, systems for your processes, your delivery process, your operations process, your feedback process. And finally, the sixth point is about the team, where you have you've built a automated system for recruitment, for training, for and then you are also looking at building culture, for building leadership, and all of these. So if you are really, really strong on all these 6 points, you are all set and ready to grow your business without you. Now, I want you to also think of 3 things on priority just right after watching this video. If you want your business to really go grow without you, you've got to have to do those 6 things that I just mentioned, 6 major points that I mentioned. The first one is mastery, second is financials, third is marketing, then is sales, systems, and team. You get that right to the core, and that's what I mean when you're implementing the right things. It's not about what, it's about how. Most of the time for entrepreneurs, once you have got that, you nailed it, then it is this that I want you to do. Just set 3 things on priority right after watching this video if you want to grow your business without you. The number one is, by what date will the business run without you? And if you want to even create a sub date like by Jan 2026, you've got to be very sure by what date you want to really run your business without you. Now, number two is, how much profit will you make by that day? So create your profit goal and work backwards to this date of whichever date you're going to be running your business without you. And number three is, what value should your business be worth till that day? If you had to sell it off, what value or what is the worth of your business? It can be 10 million, it can be 50 million worth, whatever. So these are the 3 points I really want you to do right after this video. Put it on a paper. Number one is, by what date will your business run without you? Second, how much profit will it make by that date? And third is, what will be your business value? What will your business be worth till that day? So when I started off in the beginning on my own, the biggest mistake I was doing as a business owner was that I was doing everything in my business. I was doing marketing, I was doing accounting, I was doing coaching, I was doing hiring, and this had been the biggest draining thing for me. I literally burnt out. Okay, and this is the mistake that most entrepreneurs make. And one of my biggest learnings is that if you are most efficient and the most productive and the star employee in your own business, then I promise you, you cannot build a scalable business because you are micromanaging and not ready to lose control of those small things. You're stuck in one place, you can't move ahead, and you're wondering and you're not satisfied and you don't know what to do. So taking these learnings, what I have done is I have designed a 2 hours live session called the Profit Automation Launchpad. So I have done this a 2 hours session of live webinar called the Profit Automation Launchpad for those entrepreneurs who really want to grow and scale up their business. And this is where I break down for my participants what are the 6 foundations you need to build to have a business that runs without you, so that you are clear on prioritizing and then initializing the implementation steps for that business with focus and the growth attitude. Okay, I also emphasize on what tools to use to automate and free up your team to scale up at the most affordable investment levels for your business. And I have to say, more than 500 participants have attended this Profit Automation Launchpad and found it extremely practical and relevant for their business. And almost all of them who were serious have given that feedback. Now, these are the feedback to let you know that you need to be the next participant in the Profit Automation Launchpad. And I would love to work with you in helping you really identify how you can grow your business, how you can make it stable and scale it and profitable. So I look forward to seeing you there, and make sure that you click on the link below and register yourself right now.